So, hi everyone, you can see by the name and by the suit that I'm wearing right now, this is on a revisited Nightwing cosplay. The time is very lengthy, but if you want, invest the time in it. It's a really nice video, I think, and I love this costume. I will be explaining in depth everything I bought for it, how I made it, and also how I made every piece of it in a lot of length. Also the Eskrima stick poster. So yeah, I'll explain Eskrima sticks and how to make them also. So thank you so much for watching. Here is the suit on the mannequin, and everything's just falling in my room. Bye guys, here's the video. So, hi everyone, you can see this is the Nightwing suit on the mannequin. It looks pretty loose because the mannequin just effed up on me right there now. There's multiple bits of it lying about the place. Yep, so it's balancing on one pole, but this is the overall base of the Nightwing. So you can see I have my chest armor with the logo on top of it. I have my abdomen design. This all took me, I'd say, around 5 hours all in all to make. So first what you would do is make your shirt base like any design. You can also use a one-piece black Lycra morph suit from the internet. Those cost around $20 to £15 here in the UK. Buy a black morph suit to your size, add all the armor pieces on. Maybe use cardboard, EVA foam, those would be better. You could maybe get more definition with those. I use Peltex because it's really thin, flexible, easy to put on, easy to put off. What I do is cut my front and back from the two-way stretch poly cotton fabric. So this is actually just a two-way stretch fabric. You've seen this with many designs. If you haven't seen any of my videos before, I show how to cut my front and back with a lot of my process videos. Then I cut the arms, sew that all together, and it makes me a nice shirt fit base. Then I glue on all the armor pieces to that. Now I wrap all the Peltex in black and color toned fabric, of course using a hot glue gun. So hot glue gun for this video, it's my best friend for all of these armor cosplays, masks and stuff. I also have the mask. So if I show you the eye mask for the Nightwing, it has white eye lenses. Just get that piece of glue off there. It has the white eye lenses and the nose piece coming out. Show that later on, but this goes with the whole suit. I've added on a neck piece around here. See it going around the neck there. I am going to add on a third piece to make it that bit higher. And this mannequin is falling apart, so I think I have to get a new one. But you can see the overall design. Again, I said took me 5 hours. That's where you're going to want to maybe spend the time. Or you can do a good design that you like the fit of, maybe a comic accurate or a screen accurate design. I chose to go with maybe the Young Justice color scheme. Simple blue badge, grey 6-pack portion, so you can see these are just grey pieces. I use the grey textured fabric. Use any color you want, guys, if you want to go all black with this. Or you can get a printed suit. So I think Zentai Zone or a couple of other companies, they do already screen printed suits onto the fabric itself. Then you could just maybe add on some armor pieces. You would already have your logo, all your line work and all your armor work. That would be a good base to start off from. But again, I came up with my own logo, so this is the whole Nightwing symbol that I came up with. Once I made my whole chest or pectoral base, I actually have an underpiece here, so I'll hold it close to the camera so you can get a good look at it. First I just put the Peltex pieces on top here for the chest, give it some underlaying pieces like just down here and here. Then I actually made my badge. It was too high, so my friend told me, I went down and showed him the suit. The badge was up around here. He says I think you should move it down a bit more. So once I peeled the badge off, it ripped in different places. You can see in the back here, it just ripped apart, didn't really hold up as good. So I had to build on top of, again, the chest piece. There's 2 pieces on top of this. It's extra thick. I glued on the badge a bit lower. Again, it came down here to the midsection or my bottom of my chest. That actually made it flow a lot better. I came up with a sort of Dark Knight design, so he has the Dark Knight curves and flicks coming out here. Maybe wanted it to go a bit thinner when it came in, but then the whole badge wouldn't have looked, it would have just looked too thin here in the body, so you have to have that nice body coming in here. I have the point, or you can go with the bird head, completely up to you. On your design you can have the blue like flowing all over around here. Then we have the shoulder pieces. So you've seen these infamous shoulder pieces. These are used for skating or rollerblading. You can find them in discount stores online. I've checked on Amazon and eBay. If you type in skating pads or if you type in rollerblading pads, these will come up in different colors, shapes, sizes, different designs. They're really good. Some of them are really cheap. You can buy them in packs, so they come with elbow and knee pads. Guys, completely up to you. The cosplay, they really do give your suit a very good armor feel. Then we have here, this is the mud or tire flap guard. So the mud flaps, these go on your bicycle so the dirt or mud does not flick up from the tire when you're cycling. You can see that's the whole piece right there. Alright, so it's one size, goes on the back of your tire so that mud or dirt doesn't flick up on your back. I cut it in half. It also has a nice design here in the bicep portion, or I say it's the bicep portion. I use some thick elasticated straps. So these are just thick elasticated straps that you can find in seamstress shops. You can buy them in, I'd say check online, just type in thick elasticated straps, or go to any fabric store or an art shop. They would know exactly what you're on about, and they have some really nice designs or different colours. That helps it fit a nice tight fit around my bicep and around my arm. That actually completes it really. It gives me enough room to move my armpit but also bend. So this just erases just at the tip of my elbow. This sits around here, so if I lifted up my forearms here and my elbow is here, that piece just sits right in around here at the bottom of my bicep so that I can bend my arm. If I didn't have that, it would be poking right in. It actually was stabbing me, so it was pointy right here, or it had a point to it. I cut that into a curve slightly, and it helps a lot better when I'm bending my arm. I also have to pull it up sometimes up my arm, so you can see it, the way it sits right now. But once I push the piece up slightly, the shoulder piece actually bends up also. That's because both of those are connected in the middle right there with a thick elasticated strap. That's what you can look into various different I'll actually show you one right now. If I set this down, this is a thick elasticated strap. If I get the scissors, so this stretches, okay, it's quite thick, and I've sewn it here at the lines. So you can see, really thick, but this is actually half of the size that I use for this. The other ones that I used are a bit thicker, a bit bigger, but this is a thick black strap that actually stretches. It's elasticated, go into a seamstress or an art shop. These are really good for the cosplays. And if you find any of that, you could use it for any amount of straps, for thigh pieces, for gauntlets, for gun holsters, for sword holsters, gauntlet, eye masks, a lot of different other things, or neck pieces. You could fill up a lot of areas and space. Go down to the pectoral pieces or the ab pieces. So for my stomach, I actually came up with the grey pieces, the grey pattern from the Young Justice. He has that grey six-pack portion going on. I cut it, have these sort of spikes following on down. You can see 1 and 2 pieces at the top are very thin. Gets very thick down here at the midsection, thins down into a small curve here at the bottom, similar to what I did for the Pacey and Kirk. His Robin suit really inspired me when I designed his. I really wanted to do that for a Nightwing. Around here at the sides, we have some Peltex pieces just following underneath the armpit, going underneath the arm and around to the back. Another piece layered on top of that with the magnetic tape. So magnetic tape can be found in discount stores here in Ireland or in the UK. It is called Poundland. It is a discount store that has an art section with some magnetic tape that is in no way magnetic or doesn't stick to anything, but it's good for metallic shininess. It looks like metallic strips or metal strips. I love the design it adds to it, so I added some of those at the side. I wasn't going to add some here at the front, didn't want to do that. Again, you can use cardboard or EVA foam, guys, to actually come up with this whole design and armor pieces. If you just cut them out in the same shapes, just glue them onto a one-piece morph suit, you can have the whole armor base. I will say look online for different shoulder pads because they can come. I've used them for the Flash, Kid Flash, Stealth Spider-Man. I've used it for obviously Nightwing. I've used it for the Symbiote. A lot of good suits. So then we'll go to, I thought the bottom was a bit bare. I left it. This is a minimal design, so there's not a lot of work into this, so I can move and bend around in the suit. At the bottom I just have these black pieces because I thought it was a bit bare. It also adds a nice line when you have the belt coming around your waist. It fills that gap in, you know. It felt just really bare all and around the side. Didn't feel like there was any design to it, but I still need to move, and also I need to thin this jacket in slightly. That's the whole design that went into the whole suit itself. Now also, if we go to the back, I have the Eskrima stick holster. Set that over there. We have the Eskrima stick holster for Batman Prodigal Sons. You could use some cardboard tubing like this. some cardboard tubing that you can find. It comes with cling film, plastic wrap, tin foil, a lot of those things, household goods. Alright, I use those. You can spray paint them, colour them, whatever you want. They make nice holsters. Now usually people have the eskrima sticks crossing along the back in a crosshatch. What I do is I like the V formation, so it goes along your back. It also makes it easy access to grab from your shoulders. These are some straps that I made similar to the Red Robin and the Prometheus and the Green Arrow straps for their quivers and stuff. Just thin pieces of Peltax. You can use cardboard or EVA foam, or if you do have a belt, a thin belt that goes around your waist, those are quite good if you want to use that for straps for a bag or Spidey backpack, anything like that. We have some, again, thinner elasticated straps right here for the shoulder, so they go from one of the holsters to the actual first strap, or let me see, the left side of the strap right here. Then on the right side we have the other one that has, again, a long elasticated strap coming from the piece all the way to the shoulder. The bottom, thicker elastic pieces here, just so that maybe if you want to bend, you can bend. They have, make sure you measure that you can grab them. Alright, so if you do make a backpack or anything, maybe make sure that the length of your poles are good. So if I stand back and put it on, point the camera upward. So, point it even more upward. Let's fix all this. And so I have my holster right here. You can see if I just maneuver it down, sits around in the armpit area, but actually moves up to the shoulders. It's not too tight or too wide. I've made them where it sits out too wide here. This has a nice, if people want to add the strap here in the middle, you can add a strap to pull these in tighter. Nightwing sometimes has that strap coming along the chest. It covers up the badge for me, so it's not very good, but it has that V formation. I can grab them, I can reach them also and put them back in. Alright, this was the holster for the Prodigal Sons. You can come up with different designs or thicknesses. So again, I say cardboard tubing for cling film, plastic wrap, tin foil, just household goods all in all. This is what this comes for. Eskrima sticks. Now I will say, my friends found these one day at a building site. They connect together, so right here in the middle, they just connect together, and they hauled these up from a building site on their way home from school one day. They knew, if I'm rightly, that they would be brilliant for Nightwing. So thank you Connell, thank you JP, and thank you Murph. You guys are amazing. But if you want to go more traditional, I found these and got these off of an old table. I think it wasn't, or was it? It was an old table, but these are really just thick metal grey poles. You can spray paint them, they're really beat up. So if I hold them to the camera, you can see all the notches in them and all. Used to get a lot of just smacking them together and doing a lot of fight scenes with them. The very first fights for Geek Games were done with these. So yeah, I've got hit up the face with this at least once or twice. Very sore, really very sore. I got hit with it a couple of times actually. But these eskrima sticks, again, you can find from old tables. Maybe you could, I wouldn't say use real metal poles sometimes, because most cons or comic cons will not let you go to it. Try and find something. I don't like the black big blue lights on the top of them and the whole black eskrima stick. I like it just a traditional grey thick metal pole that he can beat the shit out of criminals with, because that's what Nightwing would do. Beneficial is these ones connect into each other and disconnect. So that's a wee bit on the holster, guys, if you want to go in that area. Then we have the gauntlets. So show you my gauntlets that I really love. Or no, sorry, we'll go into the eye mask. So the eye mask you can check out on my page. I have a how to make an eye mask process video. I did the exact same thing, folded it in half, drew the design out here, you can see, and then I cut out a nice eye shape this time. It doesn't have sad eyes. Wrapped it in the black fabric. They use the same design for the Spider-Man. So what I use for the Spider-Man lenses, I use some fishbowl plastic fish bowls, if I can find some. This is the plastic fish bowls with still the raffle in them, but this is the plastic fish bowl that you can buy in discount stores. It's just curved plastic, clear curved plastic with hardly any scratches on it. If you want to find this, I used some cheap ones. It gives it a nice shine. You can see it adds a really nice effect to it. I will say this camera is really shit. It is bad camera quality, and yet you can still see my t-shirt through the design. So if I just hold that up there, you can see I'm waving to you. This is good visibility through these lenses. The Spider-Man masks, they are brilliant to look through. Again, I just want to point out it is really good quality, or this is a really shit quality camera, but you can actually see me through that, which is really, I didn't think that would have happened. I designed the nose piece separate, so I just got a triangular piece, folded it in half and cut out the diamond shape, wrapped it in black fabric and glued it onto the nose. You don't really, it's sort of big. After I looked at it, he just has a slight point coming down here. What I did, I'll show you right now. I have a elastic thin black strap here at the back. You can use a piece of string if you want, anything fits your fancy. But that follows down my nose to about the end of it. Usually I looked at the design and his actually came to just about here. So I elongated it slightly because I do have a big nose, as I've said before. But I can see perfectly through this mask. Flick up your hair because Nightwing has really nice lady hair. And he has the point here in the middle that I made. I love how thick it is, so it goes really wide around my face too, around the cheeks. These can come down if you want to make an Arkham Knight style mask. Nightwing mask, you could actually build on top of this and build on down your face. Build a whole head cowl around this. Completely up to you. So start from an eye mask base, build all the other pieces around your head and down your mouth area, and you would have a Arkham Knight Nightwing mask. Yep, completely up to you. But I love the wide eye lenses. If I would, I'd maybe make the eye shape a bit smaller because it's a surprised look or a more comic look. I love the design all in all. The first time I've used the wide eye lenses apart from a Spider-Man design. So yeah, go check out that process video if you want. It shows you how to make a nice eye mask. The gauntlets. So the gauntlets, I really love the gauntlets. I made a nice Armour design. So the camera shows a lot better like that. So if I go around, these gauntlets fit really nice. Have the zipper mechanism here in the middle. If you want to use that, I explain in, I think it's how to make a gauntlet video. If you want to go and watch my how to make a gauntlet process video. It's been a long day, everyone. But I built a base that looks like this. So if you have a gauntlet base, this is a bottom piece right here and a top piece. You can see they're just layered on top of one another, 1 and 2. And you just glue those together. You can use EVA foam or cardboard. And that just wraps around the wrist like that. You would add a zipper, some elasticated straps, Velcro, whatever here at the middle of your forearm, just so that holds. Make sure it wraps around up around your forearm here, and also so you can bend your arm. That's all you really need to know. I do have a process video on how to make a 3-piece gauntlets. But what I've done is built a nice base like this. You can go very simple. Again, these are the flash gauntlets, and these are the 1 and 2 pieces. Simple top piece and bottom piece. Wrap around your gauntlet. They get thinner as they go into your wrist. So you can see, wrap around here. Zip goes on here in the forearm. Easy as pie, everyone. You can build on top of those with even more armor. So if you build your base out on extra pieces like I did with the Nightwing, you can make it really bulky, make it a lot better. It's a lot different. As you can see, from this to this, it's a lot thicker, and that didn't work out. But this is a lot thicker once you make your base on top of it. The Nightwing, I just made all black except for the fins, so I made the fins grey, and I love how they look. Switch it to this one because this one looks a bit better. So I made the grey fins here. Didn't have 3, I only added 2. You can have a top and bottom piece for your wrist. So I found that if you actually make a thin piece coming around your wrist, it defines the gauntlet a lot more. It'll actually help cover your wrist pieces here. So usually I would just make it to around the end of my wrist. But if I add on a piece on the end here, like I did like that, it really brings the whole design forward. It really adds to the design. So it's up to you if you're making a Batman gauntlet, Green Arrow, Speedy, Robin, like I did with Nightwing. You want to design them up, make a nice thin wrist piece coming around the top. Then I have a piece coming around the bottom or my elbow. It just helps it fit a lot better. The 3 design pieces coming here, so if I hold it sideways, 1, 2, 3, they just go on a spike formation down the middle of it, spike design, I love the grey on the edges, so the grey fins really add to it. Alright, and make sure you obviously mark your pieces, so I have an L on the inside and an R on the other, so I know that they're left and right. Before I added on the fins, because they did look identical to each other, they just zip on like that. So zip down, zip up. You can use Velcro, or you can use some elasticated straps like I used to, but that helps define it around the wrist area. I think it brings it more forward to the hand area. If you want to build on out here, build some knuckle portions, completely up to you guys, but I love the grey design, or the grey fins. I just can't get over that. It really helps them stand out that bit more. I didn't go for the 3, but I went for the Batman Begins or Christopher Nolan kind of fin shape. You can see this back design also actually helps bring it forward or back to the forearm, but I have left split. So you can see here the whole design doesn't come straight round. It helps so that I can bend right here and actually maneuver about. That's just a quick, or not a quick update, but that's a long update into the gauntlets and how I designed this. Nightwing was always a pet project. So, hi everyone, this is me in my Nightwing suit, and I love how it looks and fits. Maybe add some more designs into it, I don't know, and I'm thinking about adding the pouches, so I might make individual pouches and do away with the utility belt. So just have some 1 and 2 pouches here, another 3 and 4 here, and that's about it. So, yeah. 4 pouches all in all around the waist area. I'm thinking about just having that instead of a utility belt, but this fits really well. Okay, the weight eye mask also, I love how it looks on. I have that surprise look, but also I may just, when I'm making the next one, small, weighting down, or just maybe small down the eyes a bit more, but all in all, again, you can make an Arkham Knight design with this. Completely up to you. I love how the neck area sits. As I say, I'm just going to put another 3rd piece up at the top. And I didn't explain that, so what I did was just have some pieces wrapping around my neck made from the Peltex. You can use cardboard. I would say use cardboard. It's much more flexible than EVA foam would be, or you could use a heat gun for it. But what I did was have that wrap around my neck. I have a zipper here at the back so that my head can get in. And yeah, that just follows on and around here. Has a split in the back, so again, my head can get in and I can zip down the suit. You don't want to have a one-piece neck, or you can use. What you can use is a rubber neck piece. I have one from an old Batman cowl that I bought for £30 off eBay. Big waste of money because the rubber cowl didn't fit, but I just cut the Batman portion off of it, or the Batman face, and I was left with a rubber neck. So this I would usually use for some suits like this, so you can see it actually really looks nice. Sometimes if I did it right, so I just did the neck piece up right. You know, you can have it like this, completely up to you. Neck pieces, you can find them if you want to spend £30 or if you want to do a custom one. Yeah, I would usually use this for this type of build, but working on actually building up the neck pieces. Again, as I say, make sure that you can actually get your eskrima sticks and the length of them. It's not away down here at your back. Maybe make some straps on the inside or something to that when you bend over your eskrima sticks, as I'll show you right now. They just, 1 or 2 of them maybe just falls out certain times, but I can just hook about here at the back for a slight piece or for a slight bit, and I can find where that needs to go and place it in. Usually Nightwing obviously has that better maneuverability. Again, I can bend my elbow right in here, so this part I can actually bend upward, and the same with my gauntlets that they cut off and leave a good portion so that I can bend my arms and move them around. I can bend sideward, so there isn't much armor around the sides. Also, it makes it much easier to get on. It takes me just to get the suit on, it takes another to help me get it off. So that's the one downside. I need someone to help shimmy it off me. It is a nice fit. I may thin it in here at the back so it gives it maybe a better shape all in all. Love how the whole design of these go in it, and the gauntlets. Again, I love those grey fins and how the design actually flows up. So build a gauntlet base. I have a process video for that, and then design on top of that, make it much thicker. Another example is if you make something like this, and this is a nice design all in all, but you can make something a lot bigger and go a lot thicker with it. So this is the Agent Venom gauntlet. It has the spikes here on the knuckle pieces. You could build out here on the hand. These are much thicker, has that big portion coming out the back, but again I left this gap here around the edges so that I could bend my arm and my elbow. But you could just build a base. These were my Arkham Knight gauntlets, and I built on top of this with I think about 3 layers, and it made it much thicker, a lot bigger. But with the Nightwing design, it does kind of represent sort of a Ismahawk type feel. If I was going to be honest, Ismahawk was sort of maybe in the back of my mind. The grey 6-pack portion is maybe the only difference from doing it. It looks like Ismahawk's Nightwing. Honestly, if I had made the whole suit black, I probably would have just have made the Ismahawk design all in all. But yep, this again is my Nightwing suit. The stick holsters here at the back. You can design yours whatever way you want, have them crossing over. It's completely up to you, but I like them in the V formation. They're easy to grab and easy to put back. The white eye lenses with the mask is another new thing that I'm trying out, and it's amazing. I love how it looks on the nose piece here. Yep, and obviously it's a big must if you want to design your own Nightwing symbol. I would say go for it. Look up a lot of different designs and go for your own design. If you want to maybe make it flow, do the blue line coming across your chest onto your shoulder pieces and around your back like he has in the comics, go for it. Honestly, it's all completely up to you guys and it's your design. And I've just been Nightwing. I had to revisit this character since we got the movie news. Had to do it again. It's one of the first of the 3 videos I ever uploaded, as I say. So thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for sticking around so long for like an over 20-minute video. I love Nightwing if you can't tell already, but Jason Todd is my favourite. Nightwing comes in a close second, and let me know if you're making your own Nightwing inspired cosplay from the movie news, and hopefully they follow through with it. Please DC, follow through with it. I love you till the death. But yeah, I already do love you till the death, so that's not saying much. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. From me, everyone here at Ireland, I have been John Hay, trying to be Nightwing, always at your geek speak. Bye guys.